What's going on, guys? My name is Dennis. I'm the team manager of Sullen Clothing. I'm here to introduce our new surfer, Brian Knoblock. Tell me a little bit about how you came onto the Sullen team.
That's kind of a funny story. I was in Starbucks in Rancho Santa Margarita, and this guy was with his little Grom kid. You know, he was all Sullened out, and his little kid was all Sullened out. And I've known Sullen. I haven't known him, but I've known of Sullen for many years now. And he had some nice tattoos. And got my coffee and went out, and basically went outside, and there's a nice Range Rover, you know, all pimped out, and there's a Sullen sticker on the back, and I was still in the stages of trying to find sponsors and just help. And so I went back into Starbucks and I approached him and said, hey, you know Sullen? And he's like, yeah, I own it. This and that. And I introduced myself and started telling him a little bit about my life story and what I'd like to do to influence other people in the sport.
I was checking out this website called convictedartist.com and had a little bit of a story about Brian, and it's a wild story. I mean, do you want to share it with us?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Basically, you know, growing up and born in Fountain Valley, growing up in Orange County and San Diego, grew up surfing, skating, dirt bikes, but definitely had a love for surfing. And through high school, you know, was on the surf team, did like what the ocean schools do. You get on the surf team and they get you sponsors and you do all the contests, and it was fun, you know. And then after high school, you know, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do and was, you know, trying to dabble at a few things, still surfing. And I ended up in Alaska for a while, for about 8 months, and came back and
Just snowboarding?
yeah, just snowboarding and just kind of messing around a little bit and just cruising, checking out the lifestyle out there. And then I came back and went to Hawaii for a couple of years in Oahu to surf, and that was really well. And came back from that. I mean, I was only 19 when I went to Hawaii, so I was pretty young, going out there by myself, taking a risk and working and surfing the whole time. So, and then when I came home, I was in a bad car accident. My friends and I that I grew up with, we went to a party in La Jolla, stayed the night at the party. You know, we were having fun, and on the drive home, like at 5:30 in the morning, we were going up to 57, and I was sleeping, didn't have my seatbelt on. Buddy was driving, and the sun had caught in his face. We were doing about 60, 70, and we hit a family of 4, and they were going like 15 miles an hour, and basically at the last second he had seen him, and I was sleeping, I didn't even know, and he hit the back left of the car, and we flipped like probably 3 or 4 times. And I got, in one of those flips on the pre-support, it says I was tossed out one of the times, and so they found me like 100 feet from the car accident, the fireman. And I was walking around, stumbling around, but at the time, and after being ejected from a vehicle, I had severe brain hemorrhaging, head was swelling, broken back, and then severe heart trauma. And for them to find me walking around was a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
So the life flighted out, and I spent a while in the hospital, good month in ICU, and had to go to this recruiting, like not recruiting, but like to get better hospital.
Sure.
For like a month, and then it took me about 2 years to get back on my feet, just with the back brace and everything else. So yeah, I was in a back brace for about a year, and then about 6 months to 8 months in physical therapy. And I always had to put the back brace back on because, you know, once I was able to take the back brace off, my back was still hurting so bad. I needed, you know, the posture again, so I'd still wear it. So that was almost about 2 years recovery on that, which was pretty hectic. Moved back to my mom's house. She got a hospital bed for me and set up the guest room for me. So it's kind of moving back into your parents' house. It's pretty tough, but I'm glad I'm still walking. You know,
For sure.
Definitely a godsend that I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So then 2 years, and then the war was breaking out. So my brother-in-law was in the Marine Corps, and I wanted, you know, I felt like I was just sitting on the couch watching this war go on, road to Baghdad, you know, and I would, just sitting on the couch and watching it go on when I felt like I needed to be a part of it to serve our country. So joined the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps for a while. Went to Iraq, spent about a year in Iraq and Fallujah, Iraq. Uncles were in the Navy.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't the only one that didn't go. And then my mom's brother was in the Army, my cousins were in the Army. So I have a family history of the military. And so at that time I didn't surf for 6-7 years, and then I didn't think I was gonna go back in the water. You know, it's like I want to go surfing again, but it's been so long, you know. And basically, like after my accident, I wanted to go surf, but I felt it was more important to serve our country and to be a part of history and to fight for our freedom. You know, and sometimes, you know, it's more some things are more important than going back to a hobby.
Sure.
So, and I've just been back on the board for like about a year now. Live in San Clemente. Met some influential people out there, and you know, was able to meet Tommy Moore with Tommy Moore Shapes, just family. And you know, I'm working full time right now and trying to get the story out there. It's tough, you know, with the economy, but working hard full time and surfing and training to surf, and it's tough, you know. And so definitely now Sullen is definitely a big support. It's definitely like a family atmosphere here, and you guys have kind of taken me under their wing this past month, and it's been great.
What are some of your ideas that you have going into this year?
This year, basically coming on board with Sullen, helping you guys out with marketing and giving ideas, and just, you know, if I can be able to get my story out there, have people help me, and just if I can inspire young people and people our age and even people older, and be able to tell my story, and just to help them, you know, help life rolls on. Just to be able to help the kids out there and just be able to inspire people. And you know, it seems like a lot of people nowadays, even with the economy, a lot of people give up on their hopes and dreams. And they just settle, and they, you know, they get a lot of negative feedback from friends and even family. I mean, that's your hardest critic right there, is your family. I've seen a lot of people, even nowadays, but growing up as well, just giving up on their dreams. And I think, you know, motivate people to follow their dreams no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, lighter note, what do you think about Sullen? I mean, in the direction that we're going, some of our collaboration shirts. What do you think about? You know, what are your thoughts about Sullen?
My thoughts about Sullen is, you know, ever since.
I mean, why were you like attracted to them in the first place? I mean,
right, even from when Sullen came out and I started seeing the stores back in like 01, 02. It's always been catchy with the shirt designs and the artwork they do, and I mean, I used to buy the shirts all the time. I mean, everyone I know wears Sullen, and they always have new creativity, something new, and it's all artsy. And now that I'm here with Sullen and I'm able to learn what Sullen is about, it's definitely the direction they're going is big. I mean, just moving in this big new warehouse, you know, and people are going out of business. Sullen's just cranking in the new warehouse and the time. I think the people in Sullen with the great artwork and the great shirts that are coming out, and just the family vibe you get when you come in here and just hanging out with the boys all day. Like, we all went with the owners, and you know, with Ryan Smith, Jeremy Hanna, everyone who works upstairs, I mean, we all went to lunch today, and that's just like a family.
Yeah,
you know, it was pretty cool. Just
yeah.
Another big influence I wanted to mention, that's been a really big help with just being able to talk to, surf with every now and then, and someone who really helps me learn about the action sports world is Jason Arnold. He's always been there for me, you know, since I've been surfing. I ended up meeting Jason through friends, and since then we've developed a relationship, and he's definitely a major influence in marketing and in the action sports world. I mean, the guy just knows his stuff, and he's definitely a good friend, and he helps me out with advice all the time, and he's just a great guy.
Cool. Any last words? I mean,
no. I just, you know, my future plans is just, you know, rock it out with Sullen and hopefully pick up some other sponsors, and be able to get the story that I'll be able to get the story out there to be able to influence not only young kids, definitely to follow their dreams, but even people our age that give up on their dreams. When, you know, I'm 28 years old, and there's people like, you're never gonna get sponsors, you're never gonna do this. And I mean, it is hard with the economy right now, but I mean, definitely have to keep following your dreams, and not just action sports, but with anything. You know, any dream people have out there.
Exactly.
I think that's important.
I mean, that's a good message you're sending out.
Definitely.
Cool, Brian. Well, welcome to the team.
All right.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.